G'day Bambies, Kaleidow here, and today we are recreating the Belvedere household, which is the family in my Oh My Goddess series. So this has been a long time coming, and honestly this was such a huge decision for me to make because I love the original Sims that I made for this series, but a lot has changed. And you know what? I didn't really like the idea of the two eldest sisters being twins. I wanted to make all of the three daughters to be different ages. So to do that, I really wanted Artemis, the eldest, to look very different. I wanted to create her as her own sim, while before she kind of was an exact twin as Aphrodite. So that is why I'm creating this gorgeous sim right here, who is actually based off a Instagram model. I believe her name is Taylor Hill. I think it was a while ago when I actually created her, but with Aphrodite, Asteria, and their mum, I basically just alter their already existing Sims. But you know what, guys? I have been on and off working on this project for probably a year and a half now, honestly. And it's been all behind the scenes. Some of it I have shared with you guys, like when I did that house tour video. And I think I have done another makeover video, but I want to mention to you guys, this will be the last makeover video to come out before the actual series is launched. So this is the last one, guys, and I hope you are all excited because the series Oh My Goddess is going to be coming back. I'm not sure if it's going to be called that anymore. I did go ahead and private the old series because I thought it would just clash. They are very different storylines because I did rewrite everything, and the entire town is just totally different with all of the Sims. So I felt like it would be confusing for you guys. So I'm sorry if you were watching it and now you're a little bit confused, but when you see the first episode of the new series, just know that everything that we learned in the old one, in the original one, has nothing to do with this one. Totally new characters, totally new storyline. So this sim, Artemis, she is the eldest daughter, as I was just saying, and I wanted to actually create her as an adult. So she's going to be a young adult in the series, which I think will be really good. And unfortunately, I don't want to give away too much. They won't be moving to Windenburg with their mother. So it's going to be just Artemis, Aphrodite, and their toddler sister, who is Asteria or Asteria. I have to check up on the pronunciation of all of these Greek mythology names, don't I? I remember last time I had so much difficulty, but I will make sure I say them correctly this time, guys, I promise. But yes, all of the girls are going to have so much fun. I've totally rewritten everything. It's a lot more interesting. It's not just a bunch of teenage drama and like love this and that. There's a lot of mystery, a lot of like death and betrayal, but in a different way to Vampires of Nightshade, which is more in like vampire darkness. This one's a little bit more sly and mystical almost. Like, I don't know, they're very different, and hopefully you guys will see both of those machinima series as separates. And what I meant by machinimas is, yep, Oh My Goddess is going to be just like Vampires of Nightshade, where it's going to have little machinimas at the beginning and then a lot of gameplay and then possibly a machinima at the end, depending what's happening in the episode. So yeah, you guys seem to really enjoy Vampires of Nightshade. I really have fun creating those machinimas. I want to explore creating a lot more, so that's what I'm going to do, and I think that is exactly how I want to do this series. You know, I've been on and off working on this for so long, guys, just because I'm so indecisive about how I want to portray these girls and their story, and I just want to get it right, you know, and I'm just so glad that I did vampires first because now I have some experience in machinimas and I feel like I'll be able to really put on a show for you guys. We'll be really able to like dive into their story and be immersed in it. And oh my goodness, oh my goddess, I wish I could share with you guys the details, but unfortunately I cannot because it is a mystery and I have to keep you guys sort of out of the loop. I'm very, very sorry. I know a lot of you guys are going to comment down below a bunch of questions, but the questions that I'm going to answer right now are, when is it going to be out? So it's hopefully going to be out this coming Monday, if not Monday, Tuesday, if not Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm going to be working on it all weekend, guys. I'm so into it. I'm so ready. I've had friends who've helped me build. Hatsi especially helped build many of the houses in this, and I'll definitely be shouting her out in the first episode. So we also have a bunch of households, families, which I've written up so many storylines and backgrounds for. And these guys, the Belvederes, which just have such an intrinsic background that's just so complicated and interesting, and I'm just hoping it's going to be amazing. I've always been a storyteller at heart, guys. Ever since I was little, I've always wanted to publish a book. I've always been that girl at school who wrote very morbid, scary tales. So now that I get to kind of explore a different style of spooky thriller, I'm just so keen. It's gonna be cool because in vampires, of course, everything's really dark and very mysterious, and there's vampires, of course, so automatically everything's going to be spooky and like suspenseful. But with Oh My Goddess, I kind of have to do it through little notations, like little clues here and there, and I was trying to do that in my original series. I had maps and clues and stuff, but I didn't really know how to create a machinima, and I'm so glad that I have like these skills now. I feel like I have learned a lot since I first started the series, so let's see how I go, guys. I hope you're all excited for it. Anyways, let's talk a little bit more about this family that I'm building. So I'm not sure if I already mentioned it because I've been blabbering on so much. I'm just so keen, guys, so excited. So the reason why I haven't recreated the other people in the family is because I was already quite happy with them. I thought they were gorgeous and I thought they still looked related to Artemis. So I did change around their nose and stuff to match Artemis's, and later on I even make their noses a little bit bigger because when I was taking screenshots afterwards, I realized that their noses looked strangely small, and like I have nothing against small noses, but I'm a big nosed girl, and you know what? I want my Sims to have bigger noses too, so I did make them a tad bigger, okay guys? Overall, I was really happy with these two characters. I do change up some of their facial features a little bit, as I was saying, and a lot of their clothing actually changes because you know what? We've gotten a couple more stuff packs, game packs, so there are a lot more clothing items that I have to choose from. And of course, I had the household. I created a brand new house for them to live in. That is in the back of my mind. So I'm just thinking like they gotta match that sort of, I don't know why I always do this in The Sims, they have to sort of match their house. So eventually I do go for more of a black and blue with some white here and there sort of theme with their clothing. I really don't want to give away too much about their new lot house yet, because you know what? That video is hopefully going to be coming out this weekend. I've totally finished their brand new house. You know that giant, awesome, amazing mansion that I made, guys? I hope you guys aren't angry at me, but unfortunately, we have just got rid of it. We're not using it. I'm very sorry. I did try to change it to fit the series, but as I was rewriting everything, I noticed that it just wasn't going to work Even with all of the renovations, I did that house tour and stuff. You guys know how much work I put into that house. It just didn't end up being what I wanted to. And you know, I really care about this story and the house is a big part of that. So anyways, I hope you guys like the new one. It looks really, really pretty. It's a lot more Greek themed. Like, I definitely was looking at houses from the Greek Isles while I was creating it. So hopefully you guys will appreciate that a bit more, because the other one was more based off like rich houses that are Greek revival in America rather than a actual Greek Isle home. So yeah, now we are actually getting quite further in. We have 3 of the girls, and actually Asteria is not born yet. She is not a toddler, and I have a feeling that Artemis is still a teenager. Aphrodite goes through so many changes. I do like those teeth that I added for her. I just think they look so cute on her, while we have Artemis looking much, much more tomboy-y. I think she definitely looks like a strong character. She ends up being a bit more of the rock of the family, with Rhea gone, not in the picture anyways. I did try to put the bunny teeth on Artemis. They just didn't fit right. But with Aphrodite, she does still have the very feminine touch to her. I did kind of like chill out with the boho theme I had going on with Artemis before, and I just made her kind of look a bit like a punk sort of rock chick, but also semi-normal. Like, she kind of just throws whatever on. She doesn't really care. While I feel like someone who's actually like a punk rocker or a, I don't know, like a boho babe, they would more care about how they look. Like, they're a part of a subculture, so obviously they're going to put more effort into their looks, while I feel Artemis would just throw on what she has in her cupboard. And now you guys can see how we're trying to add things to be a bit more blue, white, and black, not just black and white. I did have it very muted for a while there, and I really, really like blue on Artemis. I think it's very, very pretty, and I really hope you guys like the new Artemis. I worked really hard on her. As you could tell from like a quarter of this video was recreating her entirely from scratch. And I just feel like I'm a lot more connected to these characters, and they interconnect with the actual story a lot better. And we do have a toddler now, so Asteria is alive, hurrah! But she is a toddler, she's not going to be a child, so that's going to be a fun little aspect. We're actually going to see her grow up. And obviously, Artemis is going to have to get a job, while Aphrodite is going to still be, you know, the high school girl trying to be popular, and she's going to try and join a club and get to the top rankings of that club, and probably get caught up in all of that sort of like politics and high school sort of thing, while Artemis is more laid back, wanting to find out more about these mysteries going on. And because she won't have school, she'll only have work, she probably will have a lot more free time. And yeah, and then we have little Asteria here, who's just being a toddler, you know. It's gonna be cool. But yeah, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you're all excited for the relaunch of Oh My Goddess. I know I have said that so many times, but you know what, guys? I am so glad that I waited that 1.5 years, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have had all of these awesome storylines and ideas pop into my head. And you know what? I think their makeover is great. Let me know down below what you guys think. But yeah, be on the lookout for the new videos. There'll be a speed build. I'm going to drop some more hints and clues about what's going on. And then hopefully early next week, the actual first episode will be out, and it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. Alrighty, I hope you guys have a fantastic day or night. I love you all to bits, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.